So I also wanted to ask you, like, if there were one tip you would give to singers who want to exceed in their singing and want to reach their goals, what would that be?
Well, man, it's hard to limit it to one, but I would say if there was a tip that singers could be is get information, knowledge, gain knowledge. When you have a technical understanding of your voice, style becomes easy. You have to have style. So I have to answer that one tip in two parts. You have to have technique, you have to have style. Because if you're just a technical singer, you're boring. If you're a stylistic singer, you're lacking. You have that technical prowess where you can sing any song you want. You have the stylistic prowess where you're a little too fancy or a little too clever. And you need both of those put together. And of course, the single easiest thing to do is get the program, put the CDs in your car or in your computer, and work and do the lessons. If as you know, there's 6 technique lessons and 6 style lessons, plus a lesson on applications, and plus introduction to style, the psychology of singing style, introduction to technique, and the top 10 difficulties of singing. But if you just did the 6 style lessons and the 6 technique lessons, and you did those, there's 6 days of the week you can work, and one day you should take a day off because the body works in a circadian rhythm where you need a day off. So whether it's Saturday or Sunday or Monday, whatever day you decide to take off, you need to rest. But if a person will just put in the CDs and begin to work and run through those CDs over and over, in 3 or 4 weeks, you will have a transformed voice. In 3 or 4 months, people won't recognize you. You'll have confidence. They'll be outstanding. So it's really hard to say just one thing. If I were to give probably what's the very best exercise to do all day, probably the simple I have no voice today. It's very hard for me to sing. I'm coming off of strep throat, and I was in bed all day yesterday. So I was unsure whether I should come in today, but I decided we got to do this interview. There's people waiting, so I'm going to show up. Well, if I try to sing high, my voice will be, it's going to be breaky. I couldn't even talk Saturday. I was like here. I was barely speaking, and I had strep throat and bronchitis. But if I can go and do that all day long, my chords will be in shape, in the condition they need to be able to sustain any note. So once I'm there, there's my mix. Is it loud? No. Does it have power? No. Is it usable? No. But what it is, it's easy. And as I rehabilitate my own voice, I have one exercise that I know I can't fail. Now, it's important to understand that a person doesn't get in the best physical shape of their life by doing push-ups only or jumping jacks only. This is why I have so many exercises for the singer in order to condition their voice with.
Yeah, cool. Thank you so much, Ben. I really find that exercise really amazing as well, because it just helps my larynx to be stable, not rising up and down, and just makes my airflow really even. And yeah, I really love that exercise.